meditation. It's Valentine's Day, and whatever that means for you. So that's something, a day that you love, a day that you hate, a day that is completely irrelevant. It's a day that we can use to actually bring more love into our lives. In today's practice, I thought I'd just come off the back of doing a retreat day yesterday, which was a kind of a really intimate retreat, 16 people with a friend of mine who was both our birthdays this week, and we thought the birthday present for ourselves would be to run a retreat together for friends and close people, to sort of just see how we felt and kind of run the retreat that we'd love to attend. And it was really, really amazing. And the theme of it was around self-compassion. It was about how to give yourself love. And it's so surprising, actually, that the hardest person for us to love and be compassionate to is ourselves. So I thought this Valentine's Day, rather than us sending love outwards to people who are in our lives now, or longing for people who we want to have in our lives, we'll actually send those thoughts and feelings towards ourselves and see how it feels to receive that. And so we're going to do a variation on a practice called loving kindness, and basically a loving kindness practice. It's still a meditation practice where you're focusing your attention, and then when you get distracted, which you will, you're coming back. But instead of focusing on your body or your breath, you're focusing on a series of phrases that you repeat in your mind. Things like, may you be happy, may you be safe, may you be free from inner and outer danger, may you feel loved. And you just repeat those phrases in your mind really gently, just putting your attention behind them. And normally the arc of that is that we send those loving kindness expressions to outwards to somebody really dear to us, to somebody who we quite neutral about, to somebody who is difficult for us to send love to, and then to somebody neutral, and then to all beings everywhere. But today we'll sort of turn that on its head a little bit and actually send it to the various versions of ourselves. So we'll be looking at the you that from when you were a child, the you when you don't really like yourself very much, maybe when there's parts of you that you're not such a fan of, and then all the way forwards to the you that hasn't even begun yet, and the opportunity of who that is. And it's a really lovely way of just connecting to this idea that you, as much as anyone else, deserve love, your love and compassion. And so don't worry if it brings up feelings other than loving kindness. If it's hard to feel those things about yourself or to express them, we're not trying to make ourselves feel love. That's the thing with loving kindness practice. All we're doing is putting our attention behind the phrases and seeing what comes up for us. And that's where the kind of inquiry of the practice, the insight comes from, is just that paying attention to what happens, and then we'll send it to all the versions of ourselves as a kind of Valentine's gift to ourselves. So gently, if you want to close down your eyes and bring to mind that right now in this moment it's Valentine's Day. We're here. I hear the birds this morning. Just allow yourself to become really still, letting your body find the middle space between being active or wanting to be active and relaxed, where we're trying to be alert and present, and gradually bringing your attention inwards, knowing that the day will start whenever you're ready, but that for now we're just going to be here, just moment by moment, connecting to whatever shows up, noticing your body breathing, letting that happen without any need for you to make it happen. Your body's breathing in and breathing out. The sounds around you. And there's your body sitting in the chair or in the bed. And there's thoughts rising and falling. Maybe even emotions rising and falling. Everything rises and then falls away. Sometimes it takes longer for things to fall away, but they always do. And now we'll gently begin to use these phrases to connect to feelings of love and connection towards ourselves. So the first version of you I invite you to recall is the youngest you that you can remember. That innocent child that you were. And sometimes when we think of ourselves as a child, memories or times come up that maybe weren't so happy or were challenging for us. But just try and remember that youngest, most innocent version of yourself, maybe 5 or 6. Imagine that version of you stood beside you. Really make that vivid, looking into his or her eyes. And we'll offer some phrases, and as I repeat them, you can use these phrases or you can make your own. Just send them towards this young and innocent version of you, the you that has no idea what's to come. May you be happy. May you be free from inner and outer danger. May you feel loved and loving. May you be happy. May you be free from inner and outer danger. May you feel loved and loving. Offer those phrases to that younger version of you now. Just gently and softly repeating them in your mind. And just noticing. And now bringing to mind a you that you're really proud of, a you when you've been at your absolute best. Maybe it was a moment where you were standing up for yourself, where you were standing in your power, you were doing what you most love to do. Maybe it was somewhere or some place that you've been, just a you that when you think of her or him, it makes your whole body feel tingly and alive. Doesn't matter how long ago you last connected to that version of you. See if you can remember. Maybe it was you much younger than you are now. Maybe before the world had its way with you and bashed you around and made you stop believing in yourself. Just connect to that you. Imagine standing in front of that version of you. Really take her in. Just see her in all the glory of that moment that you recall. And offer these same phrases. May you be happy. May you be free from inner and outer danger. May you live with ease. May you be happy. May you be free from inner and outer danger. May you feel loved and loving. Gently and softly repeating them in your mind, directing them to this version of you. May you be happy. May you be free from inner and outer danger. May you feel loved and loving. And then we're bringing to mind now a you at a time when it was difficult. Maybe a time when you were struggling or something happened. Nothing too distressing, but just a time when you feel compassion. If you were to see yourself at that time as if you were a stranger, you would feel compassion for you. It could be something happened that made you feel ashamed or embarrassed, or something went wrong, or you had suffered a loss, but a time when things were difficult for you. And it was hard to imagine that you'd come through. Maybe it's not so far off, maybe it's still now, but maybe it's in the past and a distant memory. But just connect as if you're with that version of you right now, standing together, connecting together, and offering these same phrases. May you be happy. May you be free from inner and outer danger. May you feel love and loving. May you be happy. May you be free from inner and outer danger. May you feel loved and loving. Gently and softly repeating the phrases and sending them to this version of you. And now traveling forward in time, imagining that you could time travel forwards in your life to a much older you, a you that you can't even imagine yet, but imagining this you who's lived completely as herself or himself, being the most fullest, completest version of you, the you that maybe it's even hard to imagine you could become. Bring that person to mind as if they were there right now. That wiser, gentler, more grounded you who's been through and is able to look back on everything. May you be happy. May you be free from inner and outer danger. May you feel loved and loving. May you be happy. May you be free from inner and outer danger. May you feel loved and loving. Letting go of that connection to that older you, and now just bringing an awareness of this continuum of you, this constant growing and evolving that you're doing every moment of every day. And I'll read a poem for you now called Forget About Enlightenment. Forget about enlightenment. Sit down wherever you are and listen to the wind singing in your veins. Feel the love, the longing, and the fear in your bones. Open your heart to who you are right now, not who you'd like to be, not the saint you're striving to become, but the being right here before you, inside you, around you. All of you is holy. You're already more and less than whatever you can know. Breathe out, touch in, let go. awareness, be with your breath. As you allow the words to sink in, feel a softening through your body. Taking 3 slower, deeper breaths. Letting each breath soften into your body. And then gently blinking open your eyes, returning movement to your fingers and your toes. And just allowing yourself to just sit with this experience, whatever it's been like for you. And sometimes it can be surprising, emotional. Sometimes the opposite, maybe just empty and numb. And that's okay too. It's one to return to and to just practice that being with yourself and loving yourself. It can be tricky. I hope whatever you're doing today that you can remember that you are amazing, exactly as you are, and I hope you have a great day.